Okay, good afternoon, everyone, once again. We're back today with our fourth debate of the day. This time it is for the School of Business. Here with me, I have the current office bearers, Sean Matthias and Natalia Pangetsu, and our candidate, Irfan bin Afandi, also from Ignivitus. So, let me just introduce myself. My name is Sean Pan, also Sean, and I am the returning officer of this year's annual election. My team here, I also have my deputy returning officer, Lithia Go, with me. She is, however, not on camera right now as she is managing the stream from behind the scenes. I have a few reminders for the audience. It's nothing big, it's just a reminder to keep your comments respectful, no hate speech, and also, if you have any questions for Irfan regarding his manifesto, do drop them in the comments chat. There will be a period of time in the debate where I present your questions towards Irfan and gives him an opportunity to answer your questions himself. So, uh, moving on, let's talk about the agenda just so that everyone is clear on how it works today. Okay, so we have the introduction by Election Commission, which is what I'm doing now. After the introduction, I will pass the mic over to Irfan bin Afandi for him to start off with his opening statement. This will give him the chance to wow you guys with his manifesto as well as make a good first impression. We don't have any other candidates contesting for this position right now, which means that there will be no cross-checking between candidates. However, because we have the office bearers here with me now, we will have a Q&A session by the office bearers Sean and Matthias, and after that, we will move on to Q&A by the audience. We will then also have the closing statement done by Irfan. That will be his chance to say his final words and leave off with a good message, and we will finally end the debate with closing by Election Commission. With that, I'd like to pass the floor over to Irfan. Irfan, the floor is yours. Wow us with your manifesto.
Okay, good afternoon, Sean, office bearers, Monasians, and guests. Standing in front of you today, I'm Irfan Afandi, and I'll be your candidate for the MUSA School of Business Representative. Throughout my life, I've seen the importance of networking and socializing among individuals as one of the crucial aspects for suspect in one's life. Therefore, that's why I will be emphasizing towards togetherness in my manifestos. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. My first manifesto is improving networking among students. Its main idea is to create a platform for students, seniors, and alumni to interact with. With time rapidly passing by, each and every individual will have gained a massive understanding and experience on life. Therefore, each individual has something to contribute. With guidance given from the more experienced, progress development of humanity can rapidly increase. Hence, this is why I am dedicated to create a platform to encourage this, as Monash students can gain a lot from this platform. I also believe that alumni and seniors would love to contribute their knowledge towards the juniors. This is because um, this is because we all know that change is inevitable, and it is the law of life. Therefore, they could understand new and upcoming trends while mentoring their juniors. Besides that, I am also dedicated to improve networking among students themselves. My manifesto about developing great leaders and initiating an ideas forum, as well as instituting a breezy environment and improve club collaborations, emphasizes on this. One of the few things I'm interested to bring to Monash students is I would like to introduce more leadership camps to help students get to know each other and work with a more diverse group of people. In the workplace, we are going to meet people from all backgrounds, and therefore, we don't have a luxury of selecting who we work with, unlike how we were able to choose our friends. These camps are to help develop new student leaders who are able to work with anyone and everyone to achieve new achievements. Improved club collaboration of SOB, as mentioned in my manifesto, is also another way I want to help improve networking among students. Instilling a similar goal among students of different backgrounds and interests is similar to how people will work in an organization in the future, and this helps students prepare for that. My manifesto about instituting a breezy environment also helps improve networking. The main idea of this manifesto is to confess their problems with others and to help them reduce stress. Having a group to confess their problems will help bring comfort to students as well as understand the society better. Finally, my manifesto about initiating an ideas forum helps students get together and collaborate on a project together to help make a project a success. This helps students initiate and share ideas together in a group to help achieve a common goal. I believe that implementing all of this will be a major contribution for the success of students from the School of Business. That is all I have to say for my opening statement. Now I return the platform back to Sean.
Thank you, Irfan. That was definitely very informative. Now we can move on from the opening statement to the Q&A by the office bearers. Therefore, I would like to ask Sean and Natalia to come to the stage. The floor is yours. You can ask Irfan anything you have in mind about his manifesto.
Right, thank you, Sean. Okay, so Irfan, Leah and I will ask you a few questions with regards to your manifesto and general questions surrounding school business, right? So my first question is that a large part of your manifesto actually emphasizes heavily on encouraging entrepreneurship and student leaders, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so but however, the SOP faculty already has initiatives such as like stuff from EI Hub, which is the entrepreneurship club, and there are also other clubs which actually focus specifically on developing student leaders and entrepreneurship events. So would you say that this would cause a lot of overlapping between your and their events?
All right. Mm, I believe that students are afraid, even though we are given all these platforms, there is still a few weaknesses since students are still afraid to initiate these ideas that they have gained from each event. Therefore, I believe that with special camps and my ideas forum, it would help to create something for them as a way for them to initiate it. For example, they could collaborate with other students they know, and they could develop the idea together. And therefore, this would help start the project and give them a better understanding of how they should proceed with the project.
All right, thank you. So just to follow up on that, would that mean that the students will see lesser activities with regards to more leisure type events like game night and more towards leadership events in the future?
Okay, sorry. Is
Yeah,
that
no, no
all?
problem. Yep, that's all.
Okay. I understand the importance of leisure activities, and I will not exclude them during my period of candidacy. I will also try to create more fun activities for them to engage with, such as escape room, scavenger hunt, and newspaper fashion show. Some of these I haven't mentioned, but its main idea is also to help improve networking and collaboration. We all know that scavenger hunt and escape rooms are fun and a place to bond with your friends and with new people, as we can understand how do people work under duress. This gives students a time for them to ease themselves from the academic perspective, and lets them create enjoyment in their lives. That, that's that's all.
All right, thank you. Just one more follow-up from me, please. So to better understand your manifesto with this regard, you're saying that there'll be would you say there's a even split between leisure events and more corporate and leadership focused events? Or would you say that your plan for 2023 would lean more towards leadership events and entrepreneurship events?
My vision is to emphasis on networking, and therefore I believe that I will definitely put emphasis on these events that I've mentioned. But I understand. But I also am will represent the School of Business. Therefore, I will also try to understand concerns and what do students from the School of Business are interested in, and I will make sure that my interests will align with theirs, and we both. And I will also be interested in helping them achieve something that is beneficial throughout their lives.
All right,
That's all.
thank you. All right, I'll move on to my next question, please. So you mentioned that you wanted a platform for students to connect with their alumni, right? So could you please elaborate more on this and how you plan to execute it in the upcoming year?
Okay. uh, I will explain this through my own perspective. As a student, I see that that there is a constant need of guidance and mentors from students. We all know that approaching seeking help from lecturers are quite troublesome, and as well as it's quite hard, as sometimes we don't really get to we have to talk in a formal way sometimes to show that we respect the lecturers. But this makes students afraid to approach with their problems, and therefore I believe that this platform is needed so that these students uh, can expose are more exposed to can expose themselves with what they are facing, and the alumni and seniors can help them more with it. That's all.
All right, thank you. Just one follow-up from me, please. So we have a platform like Discord, of which alumni are present there as well. However, those platforms are very inactive. And how would you encourage more noise and activity in those groups?
One way I encourage this is by encouraging the seniors and alumni to attend my events. This way, the juniors and seniors have a chance to bond with something interesting, and therefore they could understand each other better, and therefore they would cooperate better with each other. Therefore, it won't be too inactive. That's
All
all.
right. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so another part of your manifesto is instituting a breezy environment. So could you please elaborate on how you actually plan to initiate this part of your manifesto in the upcoming year?
All right. Throughout my experience, I understand that people feel a lot of stress from their studies. And when I also myself feel a lot of pressure from this. And when I confess my problems to others, it helps me relieve me of that pressure. And therefore, I am interested to make events that give students a way to confess their problems with each other, which could really is which creates help students become more relaxed and comfortable with their studies. That's all from me.
All right, thank you. I believe that's all from me as well. I'll now pass it on to Leah to ask the other questions. Leah?
Okay. Thank you, Sean. Irfan, I think it's a great manifesto overall, but I do have one question on your manifesto, which is initiate the idea forum. So I just would like to know, like, how do you plan to not just only executing this initiative, but to also make it engaging for students in the long term and maybe for the next successor?
Okay. Um, in an ideas forum, I believe that it requires a constant supply of ideas, and therefore, students can interact. Students are encouraged to give their ideas on this ideas forum. One way I will help to create it more like prolonged is by showing the results of this ideas forum uh, through a social media platform, so that students are more inclined to participate in this forum, and they would see the benefits of it, and therefore they will be more interested of it in the future. That's my answer.
All right, thank you. And then on to the next question. So the workload as a representative can be like quite excessive at time, especially with spontaneous issues which may require your full attention in the middle of the semester. So how would you deal with this and ensure it does not hold back the team and your progress in MUSA and academics as well?
Wait, I need some time to think on it, Avinas.
Take your time.
Um, all right. I believe that time management is important, and therefore I have to make sure that I dedicate myself to a specific arrangement, and follow like uh, a specific time planner. But I know that it's hard to do this as sometimes new things come up and it will be hard to follow this, which is why I will make sure that I will, whatever obligations I have, I will make sure I will do it as soon as possible. Therefore, I will, if anything new arises, I will have no problem completing it in the future.
Okay. And then just one more question for me, from me. So the School of Business consists a large subcommittees. We have few departments like the major representative, your representative, and so with a large team to lead, how will you ensure like the synergy between the team is good for your entire term? And how will you align all of their interests with your vision and those of School of Business?
All right. In a team working environment, I believe that communication is important. Therefore, I will make sure that my team communicates every new update in the platforms that we use. But some people might be shy, and this might hinder they might communicate less, which hinders the team. Which is why I will also make sure that I will plan some activities for my team to engage with, for them to get to know each other better, and therefore they will be able to cooperate better as a team. This will help my team to progress further and achieve our common goals.
All right, thank you. So just a follow-up question on that one. So some positions in School of Business, for example, like operations, publicity, secretary, and treasurer, they all have a very distinct task where they usually work within their department only and not work like a collaborate with the other departments. So how will you organize the team in a way whereby all departments can work like hand in hand efficiently?
Okay, I need a few minutes. I need some time.
Take your time, no worries.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I don't want to leave out anything.
All right. Just let me rephrase the question. So basically, when we work with the operations, sometimes the operations work on its own teams. So let's say we want to make a poster where we have to work with the publicity. So the operations doesn't um, request the task directly to the publicity, but to the reps directly. So how would you like organize the team so they can work collaboratively without assigning tasks from the reps to the operations and then the operations to the publicity? So yeah.
Okay, I will make sure that any information is presented accordingly and accessible to all my team members. This way, they can understand everything that is going on currently during everything that is going on currently. Also, I will try to create more team games for those who are working in like certain groups, so that they can work together and prove and show their productivity as a team, and this would help them collaborate with each other and cooperate better.
All right, that's a very wonderful answer, actually. I'm passing back the questions to Sean.
Yeah, thank you, Leah. Yeah, Irfan, I just have one more question, please. So, it's quite obvious you're running alone as a candidate. You don't have a female rep. So how it will go is that I believe by very early next year, you'll be joined by a female interim, of whom may not be the rep for the entire year. So it's very possible that you get an interim, and after that there'll be a new rep after that, a new female rep for you. So you may be facing a lot of changes then. So in a sense, your vision will basically guide SOB and guide the reps as well, as you're the only one currently. So how confident are you that your ability and your vision for SOB is able to guide the entire team for the entire next year amongst all of the uncertainty with that? As having, as it, I mean, it is a two-person role, and having only one like you at the moment it's very difficult. So how will you approach this issue?
As for the changes you mentioned, I have no problem working with anybody, and I myself have a wide range of connections, and I believe that through my method of communicating, everyone is able to cooperate better with me, and I've been able to achieve my goals in the past. But I do realize that working with someone new entirely will arise new problems. Therefore, I will always relate it back to my manifestos and make sure that I achieve these goals that I've set beforehand. I will make sure that I'll achieve those first. And if there are new goals that are set, I'll make sure that me and my team will do our best to achieve those goals together. Overall, I know that working as a team can be troublesome, but I know that with my leadership experiences in the past, I can guide my team to make sure that they all can achieve understanding and achieve success together. That's all.
And if the ideals of your female rep or female reps contradict your manifesto to an extent, would you be flexible in changing it and altering the direction of your plans for the next year slightly? Or would you be quite adamant that this is what you want to do for the upcoming year on your manifesto?
All right. Like I said, okay, sorry. I have worked with teams in the past, and I know that everyone has something they can bring to the table, and I know that everyone has something to contribute. Therefore, I will make sure that everyone is inclusive and we can all uh, communicate to adapt to like achieve new goals. Therefore, I will be lenient to change my manifestos, but I will make sure that my whole team agrees with it, because and also since I'm representing the School of Business, I will make sure that the students also seek something similar to what my team does, and together we can all achieve a goal, because my one of the main things I want to achieve is to create something that is valuable for students, not only during their studies but also in the future. That's all.
All right, thank you very much, Irfan. Yeah, I think that's all from Leah, and I'll pass it back to Sean.
Thank you very much, Natalia and Sean, for your questions. Now it is time for us to open the floor to any students or people in the audience who have questions for Irfan. Don't forget, just drop any questions you have in the comment section and we'll just read it out. However, it doesn't seem like there are any questions right now. So let's give the audience about 5 minutes, and if the questions are still not up by then we will move on from there. All right, we have a question from Max Amps. He wants to ask you, Irfan, if they will we still have game night next semester?
Definitely. Because students' leisure time is important, and I understand that being too stuck with academics is stressful and troublesome. Therefore, I will also be implementing past leisure activities that our past OBs have conducted, such as game nights, and collabs with other schools. Also, like there was an activity that was water balloon. Water balloon fight. I believe I also be implementing that next year as well.
Thank you, Irfan. Let's continue waiting for more questions. All right, we have another question from Max M's. Alethea, if you could spotlight that one. Okay, so he asks you again, Irfan. Students may sometimes be discouraged from joining leadership/academic events, especially after the online semester. How will you ensure that participation will be good with this in mind?
In my events, I make sure I would like the event to be approachable, as I would like more participants to be involved. Therefore, I will make sure that my team I will communicate with my subordinates to make sure that they invite their friends. Also, students are welcome to bring their friends to my events, so that they will be able to interact better with, since they are with their friends, and they might be more comfortable doing that. Also, I will also make sure that there are some certain rules set in my events, so that everyone will be able to participate and not one person is excluded. I will also make sure that my events are memorable, so that students will be talking about it, and therefore they'll be more interested to join the next event. And then hopefully uh, there'll be more participation from the students, especially from the school of business.
Thank you, Irfan. We also have another question from Hadi Daraboy. He asks, as an incoming student, you are not given any guidance on how to plan out your study. I have felt we have to fend for ourselves. Students aren't even aware who to reach out to. How do you plan to improve this?
As I've stated in my manifesto, I will be implementing a platform for students, alumni, and seniors to interact. I do believe that sometimes I can't really help out students with what they plan out to study, which is why they would really require help from the seniors and alumni, people who have gone through something similar in their lives. Therefore, they will be able to relate back to the students and give the appropriate guidance needed by the students.
Thank you, Irfan, and thank you, Hadi, for that question. We also have another question coming in, this one from Jamal Ahmad. He asks, you seemed a little bit nervous when the current OBs asked you about conducting your responsibilities. Considering that you don't have a running mate, how do you plan to work under pressure and adapt alone?
Although I don't have a running mate, I do have my subordinates, which I will make sure that all of us will be able to cooperate 100% with each other and will be able to achieve our goals together. I do believe that I will make sure that all of us will be able to achieve our own responsibilities so that the whole team can achieve the goal together.
Thank you, Irfan. We have another question also from Jamal as well. He asks, School of Business is a very diverse community where a lot of students seem less than interested to approach the school representative. What steps will you take to ensure engagement and fuel interest?
In the workplace, uh, st- in the workplace, we will also be facing a lot of diverse new people. Therefore, which is why I believe that this diversity is important for us to help prepare ourselves in the future. Which is why my events will be putting emphasis on networking and collaboration. Therefore, they will be able to communicate with each other and get be more prepared to work with people from different backgrounds and uh, different backgrounds. Also, another way I'll make sure that that will help increase engagement is uh, by persuading my friends from the School of Business to invite more of the people they know so that there is a wider range of participation from students. One more thing I will also one final thing I will make sure to help full interest is by making the events more meaningful. In my events, I will make sure to help increase consistency between events so that all events are meaningful for everyone. Therefore, each student will be more inclined to join rather than choosing selected events to join. This way, each and every event will have a high participation rate. That's all from me.
Thank you, Irfan. We also have another question. This time it's from Z. Will all your events be physical? Because I believe students are already quite exhausted from an online events.
I will make sure that all the events are catered to the students' best interests because I know that but it will be more physical based as now we are approaching an endemic phase and we would like to get outside more, which is why I will be implementing like my manifesto such as instituting a breathing environment, and I will also be trying to engage or create new events such as the scavenger hunt so that students can get outside and maybe understand and even see the campus even more because I know many students and they don't haven't really explored the entire campus, which is unfortunate. And which this is why I'll be making sure that everyone uh, this is why I'll be making sure that my events will be tend to be more physical.
Thank you, Irfan. Very eloquently answered. We also have another question, also from, also from Jamal. He asks a follow-up question asking if you could elaborate on how you plan to make events more meaningful and what are you offering?
Okay, back to my vision, which is improved networking and collaboration. I believe that making new friends are meaningful, as friends are very okay. When you make a friend, you don't know how long it lasts, and it can even go on until you grow old. So this is why I believe that collaboration and networking is important, so that students will be able to get to know new people, which will and these people, they will be able to interact with and get to know more, which are meaningful not only in their student life but also in their working life and maybe even in their personal lives.
Thank you, Irfan. We also have another question, also from Jamal Ahmad. Similar to the question that was previously asked from the office bearers, he asks, since you are running alone, there will be an interim female representative appointed. How do you plan to effectively resolve any conflict of interest if it arises?
I believe in communication, and if anyone has a certain doubt towards towards something, I would want them to speak out. I will encourage my team to be more open to the team. This is why I will be creating more activities for them so that they will get to know each other better. This way, anybody in my team who has any concerns, they will be able to speak it out rather than hold it in, which would arise new conflicts in the future.
Thank you, Irfan. That seems to be the last of our questions. Besides that, we are still a little bit early on time. So, if the office bearers have any last words they might like to say towards Irfan or any other questions that they may have thought of, I think now is the time to do so.
I think for now, I don't have any questions. Sean, do you have any question?
No, nothing from me as well.
All
All
right.
good.
That's good to hear. Thank you, office bearers, for helping out. With that, I think we can pass it back to Irfan for your closing statement. Irfan, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you, Sean, office bearers, and students, and my fellow audiences for your enthusiasm and undivided attention. I believe in the importance of networking and the benefits it brings to the student life. This will be my main concern, and I aim to help it make it beneficial for everyone. As a student, I would like to seek exposure in the working environment, and hopefully, I'm able to share that with the students. I also hope that my approach to this position will bring benefits to students not only during their studies but in the future as well. That is all from me. Thank you for your support and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Irfan. Again, thank you so much to the audience for giving so many questions to Irfan and giving him the opportunity to clear up any misunderstanding about his manifesto. Thank you to everyone participating, especially Sean, Matthias, Natalia, and our candidate Irfan. This was our debate for the School of Business representative position. Our next debate is for the School of Engineering representatives that will be happening at 8 p.m. Do tune in for that. And that one will be for Brian Yee and Darylyn Lam from Literancia. Just to remind you guys about the platforms that we have regarding our election updates, we have a Discord server, we have MUSA Instagram, and we also have a MUSA website. Our election guide has also been recently published yesterday, so do check it out for more information regarding election, debate times, and manifestos. With that, I think we can close on this debate session. Thank you guys for tuning in and see you next debate.